streets? Me. Who driving heat? Me. Who like the city? Or pull up that Billy truck. Right to them, I pick up my feet. Me. Who like the streets? Me. Who driving heat? Me. Who like the city? Or pull up that Billy truck. Right to them, I pick up my feet. Me. Who like the streets? Me. Who driving heat?
Oh man, we got a special guest today from the town that I'm in right now, Miami. The legendary DJ, producer, and YouTuber, Mr. DJ Dash. Thank you for being here, man.
Bro, it's a pleasure. Pleasure's all mine, bro. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, man. You're definitely a native here, and I see that you're a staple out here. But for those who don't know you, I got a lot of people in New York and stuff. Just give us a rundown of your story and like how you got into this.
So basically, like I've been DJing since I was like 14, when I was in high school, freshman in high school. I learned how to DJ basically when I went to a pool hall with my uncle. He was DJing, where they was shooting pool. And he was DJing, records back and forth. And I was like, yo, this shit's tight. Like, I don't know how I could get into it, but I was like, bro, I just want whatever y'all got. I want to have that on my laptop. So I went home that night and I had downloaded that program. Boom, got 2 Michael Jackson records, started mixing them motherfuckers back and forth. Boom, boom. But I didn't have no turntables. I was just using the keys. I was just using the keyboard. So, figured out, they wasn't good mixes. I'm learning, you know what I'm saying? I'm 14. I'm just trying to figure out how to work the damn program. But I was just like, I'm going to keep going. And then eventually I got me a small little controller, just having fun with it, burning CDs. Because, back then there was no really YouTube on music. So like music wasn't as easily accessible like that back then. We had the internet, but it wasn't no streaming, no like Apple Music, no Spotify, nothing like that. So I had to figure out how to make like little mixtape, little playlists that I could play in the car. So I didn't want to listen to the radio, man. We was trying to pop CDs and listen to a continuous mix without having to switch through the songs. So I was like doing that before SoundCloud was a thing, all that.
Yeah, you was on LimeWire?
Yeah, that's why I got most of my music, bro.
Yeah,
most of my, and that's why the mixtapes are like really bad quality. I still got some of them, but they're really bad quality because like one, the MP3s wasn't a good quality, and then like I wasn't a good DJ back then. Like you know what I am? Yeah, I have none of the skills that I had now back then. Like it took a lot of years to get to where I'm at. But fast forward, I just kept doing it, kept practicing, ended up getting better gear. On Christmases, instead of asking for games and shoes and stuff, I was asking for DJ gear, speakers, microphones, turntables, anything that I needed to be able to do what I wanted to do. And then it wasn't until eventually like I was able to make money from this shit. Like when I really started to be able to make my own money, that's when I really, really fell in love with the craft, because I was like, bro, I could make this into a career. Like it's fun. But like when I finally was able to make my first bag, because a lot of the stuff I did prior was like I would do a lot of the school events in high school, like pep rallies, I'll DJ during lunch, I'll DJ for any event that's going on that they need music, I'll do it. But they wasn't paying me because I wasn't an organization, I wasn't a company, I wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
That's fact. Like when we get into some deeper stuff, that's what gets me into the being a business person and a marketer and stuff like that. But when I was in high school, I realized like, dang, I can't get paid from these big organizations because I'm not a business, nothing like that. And I'm not trying to do none of that stuff while I'm in high school still. So instead, I got like volunteer hours. And then, I kept doing it through high school. But when I started, getting paid from doing like private parties, like high school parties from the rich kids, they were throwing parties when their parents was out of town. So I'm, they'll throw me like 200, whatever.
Okay.
And then I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be able to make some bread as a kid. When I ended up graduating, I went to college. I ended up going to FIU.
Okay.
And I was studying engineering, mechanical engineering. And when I was in college, I'll say that's what really accelerated my DJ career into the nightlife. Because before I was just doing private parties, I wasn't old enough. But when I was a senior, I started like tapping in with some of the club promoters that my mom met at a grocery store.
Okay.
And she tapped in with him and was like, yo, my son's a DJ, blah, blah, blah. And he was DJing a nightclub down called, it was, what's this, like 2015? So it was a club called Therapy.
Okay.
It was on the same strip as Space and 11.
Okay.
So it's I think the building's torn down now, but Yeah, so he was the headlining DJ there, and he was like, "Yeah, my son's a DJ. He's trying to, he wants to DJ the clubs." Because back then, I was in love with like ultra DJs. Like when I was in high school, I started as an EDM DJ. Like I
Okay.
really loved EDM. And I still do. But I really love just like how the DJs perform for these big crowds and in these clubs. And I'm like, yo, I always want to DJ for like a big crowd. Like that'd be so freaking cool. So when I told my mom that, she said, "I found a club DJ for you to tap in with." So I ended up going out with him one time to therapy. Walked me straight in. Didn't even check my ID, nothing. I was 17 at the time, so I couldn't even get in. I wasn't even
Okay.
supposed to be in there. You know
No.
what I mean? Yeah. So once I went in there, and I saw like just the aura. I was like, bro, how can I sign up, bro? Like, what do I need to do to be able to do what he's doing? So I kind of like looked up to him. Yeah. So then after that, when I got to college, I was just hustling. That was my hustle. Like I was studying, but my main hustle was basically I need to figure out how I could get myself into these clubs and pay and get paid too. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, I wasn't really worried about the bread at the time because now that's my mindset now. But I'm thinking about old me. I wasn't even worried about the bread. I just wanted to DJ. Like I
Mm.
just wanted to DJ in the clubs. Like I just really wanted to like figure out how could I like DJ in front of all these people. So I started networking, telling everybody in school that I was a DJ. Like it doesn't matter what it was. If at first I'm a DJ, yep, I DJ this,
Mm-hmm.
boop. I'm a promoter, so I started promoting these parties to bring these college girls to
Therapy.
therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then eventually I started tapping in with the promoters at therapy. After that, when I was talking to the promoters, they ended up moving their party from therapy to another club right next door called Heart. That's where I really got my like upbringing because
Okay.
that's where I was able to DJ. I never DJed at therapy. So I just promoted there, and then they ended up moving to Heart. When they moved to Heart, I was 18. I DJed for the first time on my 18th birthday, bro. That was probably the worst set I've ever DJed in my life in the club. I swear, like, bro, the music, like my laptop froze.
Okay.
It froze with it, and I had no mic presence. I didn't know how to rock a mic. I didn't know nothing, so I didn't know what to do. Because usually when that happens to me today, like if my laptop freezes or something, I know what to do. I talk
Mm.
on the mic, talk shit, blah blah blah, keep the party going while I fix it at the same time. But back, I froze. I was
Yeah, that was your very first
like,
moment.
first
What
moment. So
time
I'm
was
like,
it in the
yo,
club?
it was early, but it was packed.
Oh
So like,
yeah.
it was like
So it got
12. Cause
quiet
back
in the
then,
room. Everybody looking around.
what?
They looking at you at that point. Was it's quiet?
Yo, I was so like my heart was like I feel it now. I was like, dude, I was like, yo, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Like now I know what to do, so I'm not tripping because it happened to me so many times. So it's like I'm prepared for that. But
Hmm.
back then it was probably really really bad, and especially my first time. I don't know what to play. Like there's certain kind of DJ etiquette that like people don't know about. Like as an opening DJ, you're supposed to play certain kind of records that you're supposed to save for the headliner. I didn't know this. I
Yeah, you
just
play
found
the
out about
hottest
it
shit
like
right away, and then
I'm playing what I got and what I'm used to, man. Like
yeah.
you like I'm trying to just get the party jumping and I'm gonna play what I'm gonna play. So that's some things I had to learn along the way
Hmm.
DJing there. You know what I mean? And I had to go through a lot of bullshit too, like dealing with the promoters and we're gonna get into that probably, but
Yeah, of course.
I had to go through deal with a lot of promoter bullshit coming up, but it's all part of the game of learning. So again, fast forward a little bit more. I kept DJing at heart, and then I ended up going on to this college party called Project Lit. That was my first like legit spring break college party with these dudes called Bubba Way Too Live and Mr. Skinny. Shout out to them boys.
Shout out to them.
Uh, but yeah, they put me on to my first spring break party, and then they basically was like, "Yo, this nigga's like he's a good DJ." Like they actually was like behind me and be like, "Yo, yeah, this is the dude that you need to have in your parties." Because there's another cat that's probably my ride and die right now is named Louis Knuckles. Shout out to him. He's pretty much put me in every major club that I've ever been in, besides the ones I mentioned before, like Heart.
Hmm.
When I met him, he's a big college promoter out here, big South Beach promoter out here, and digital marketer.
Okay.
So when we tapped in, he basically put me on every single party he had, and then basically like showed me the game, how to move, and like kind of mentored me in a way. But you know, I had to still like he'll put me in a place and to be like, all right, bet you, it's up to you to figure out how you could keep your job here because I'm not gonna stay here.
Okay.
So like that's how I got into a lot of the South Beach clubs. That's how I got into Studio 23. That's how I got into Exchange. I still do Exchange right now. That's how I got into Cameo.
Fridays.
Now
Yeah.
it's Saturdays.
Okay.
We switch it to Saturdays. I got to
Okay.
update the flyer,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now it's Saturdays. Um, But yeah, so my dog Louis Knuckles basically got me into all the clubs on the beach,
Okay.
while I was in college, and as a graduate, I just kept doing it, building relationships. So when he wasn't able to like promote there, or like something fell through or whatever, I could still get my bag and DJ there. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Like that's going on right now, basically, like an exchange. They trying to work out a deal and blah 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 blah. But I've been DJing there while they've been working it out. I don't care what they got going on, because I built that relationship. Like that's why I feel like that's important in the DJ world, or just in business in general. Building relationships and stuff. Um, but yeah, so that's basically how I got to where I'm at. It's like just, messing with the right people and just staying consistent, you know what I mean? And just staying focused on what I wanted to do. Once I graduated school in 2019, I just put my all into it because COVID hit. And then once COVID hit, like it was like make a decision, either get a job as an engineer or continue, trying to become a DJ and,
Hmm.
and become the max potential that you want to be. I can't rely on nobody to pay my bills. Like I can't rely on me having to I felt like I was at their mercy. Like,
Yeah.
please, I need this, because it was during COVID, bro. Like, so during COVID, like there was no DJing going on.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
there's no parties. So
Well, how was it? I wasn't down here. How was it down here in Miami? In the
it
beginning,
was
it probably was still shut down, right?
right. It was still shut down, but we had like a lot of underground stuff.
Okay.
So it was like, in the warehouse, like little stripper parties here, or like some underground, dope parties. They selling weed on the tables, whatever. But there wasn't nothing where it was like legit nightclubs, strip clubs. They're open.
Hmm.
Restaurants were open. There was nothing like that. Restaurants was like straight takeout. Restaurants were open, but it was takeout.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after all that happened, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go in on my DJ stuff. Even though it's COVID, I'm gonna figure it out. So at the time, I got a job doing COVID testing. Like I was doing the cards, I was writing the registration, whatever, just hustling, trying to get my bag until like stuff opened up. I was still doing little parties on the side, like those underground parties. Anything I could pick up, I was just I'm grabbing. Yo, I need DJ. Bro? That was probably the cheapest I've ever DJed. Like my price was so low because I just haven't DJed, and I was like, bro, there's no parties, so I'm like, I need a DJ though. Like
Yeah.
it was like crack. I was like, I got a DJ,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
I'm not gonna hold
you know what
you.
I
I
mean?
have to apologize on behalf of all promoters for those DJ prices during the pandemic, because I know people was getting like half of what they would have normally gotten, and then for the whole party, not for like an hour. It was crazy. Like
Right.
it was ridiculous.
No
So yeah, go ahead.
facts.
So now fast forward. So the pandemic, for a lot of people, trust me, the pandemic set me off in a whole different direction too. But at the end of the day, these lessons, nothing, any L is, is really a lesson, and you can
Right.
add. And I see that you have that ability to take it, and then it pushed you in a direction to now. When you look back, you can't even really see a future
Right.
going the other way. So
Right.
you're now engineering, right? In my head, because
Mm.
you make beats, I was thinking musical engineering. So you do mechanical robotics type engineering?
Right.
Okay.
So it was like not anything had to do with sound. So when I was in school, I actually had like no intention of like making beats or like making my own music. I actually never liked the idea because I was like, bro, it's so hard. I knew how difficult and hard it was, like from back then, because I was always around rappers and like trying to support them coming up. And I'm like, bro, this music stuff is really difficult.
Yeah.
Like, but if you love it and you just want to showcase it, and if you just don't give a fuck, like that's really what like my mindset is right now. I just don't care. Like
Yeah.
it's like I do it because it's fun. Like I'm trying to compare me making music to the reason why I started DJing. I started DJing because it was fun, not because I made money.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
like I gotta get back into that. Like, yo, just do this shit because you want to create something and make people like feel good. That's why you DJ.
Now we're fast forward. So now you're in Studio 23, Exchange Miami, Cameo Nightclub, Mackay Lounge, right? Those are just the type of event places you're doing events at. Where is that brunch that you do parties at?
So those
Okay.
prior clubs that you mentioned, so those are just clubs that I've played at. So
Okay.
majority of those clubs are actually closed because of COVID. So you
Okay.
know, I know you read that on my website bio. That's just to like mention what clubs I was at.
No, of
But
course.
right now, the brunch that I DJ at is called Victory. It's a Victory Restaurant and Lounge.
Okay.
I've been DJing there for about like 2.5 years now. And again, it was like, something where I got the opportunity. That wasn't by Louis Knuckles, by the way. I got that by another cat that he doesn't deserve a shout out. But um,
It'd be like
yeah,
that.
it's some DJ beef that's unnecessary. That's not meant to be talked about. But whatever.
I feel you.
But yeah, I DJ there, and like it's lit. It's one of my favorite events to do
Yeah,
in the
that's
week.
how I found out about you because I was like, "Yo, what's this?" Like, I see these people twerk. It reminded me of like the events I used to do. Event wise, we used to get crazy like that. But one thing I've kind of, and this is a question I want to ask you because I don't normally see those type of vibes. Miami, it's a different scene. You got traveling people who are coming out here to have a good time, so that it couldn't get wild. I can see that. But like, what do you see as do you see that South Beach scene as the Miami party scene, or do you see like is there a different scene from that that's like more local that you fuck with more? Like, give me the rundown on the whole, because I see it from a New Yorker's perspective.
So Miami's full of different, like just like New York, how New York got different boroughs. Like I
Hmm.
don't really know what cultures stay in those boroughs, but I
Hmm.
know there's a culture difference in each borough.
Hmm.
But it's kind of like Miami's like the same thing, except we don't got boroughs. So it's like, in certain areas is where the Latinos hang out. In certain areas is where the Haitians and the Jamaicans hang out. In the Caribbean, there's certain areas where just the black folks hang out. So Victory is different because Victory is actually not on South Beach. Victory is right before the bridge you get to South Beach in this town. It's called Midtown.
Okay.
It's like right by downtown. But it's like a little shopping center where it's like you have residences, you have Airbnbs, strips of restaurants, franchise restaurants as well as mom and pop shops, whatever,
Hmm.
smoke shops, whatever, Starbucks, boom. So Victory is like smack in the middle of a suburban, not suburban, but I would say predominantly Spanish and white urban town.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because Victory is black owned, um,
Okay.
we have a lot of black clientele, and then the music we play draws that attention. So it's like you can hear the music from when you're walking.
Hmm.
So what happens is that Victory is reservations only. So when you're walking by and you're like, hey, can we get a table? We're like, oh, did you make a reservation? We're like, no. Then we're like, oh, we can't get a, you know what I mean? So it actually inclines people to come back
Hmm.
because people will walk by and be like, damn, we get a reservation. We
Yeah.
wanted to come for brunch. When they come back, they'll make sure they get a reservation.
Hmm.
Especially now they see it, they're seeing it online, like you said. Which wasn't intentional. Like I wasn't doing any of that to like market Victory or nothing. I was just again, I just want to show my craft and show what I can do as a DJ.
Hmm.
I think that's what draws the the crowd to Victory is because there's nothing like it anywhere else. A lot of the stuff in Miami is very Latino, very Spanish. Like the next I would say party city over will be Wynwood, and
Okay.
Wynwood has a lot of like Spanish clubs, which I fuck with. You got Dirty Rabbit, Pilos, Brick is Spanish too. Look, they got some Spanish nights there
Brick.
too.
Yeah, I heard of Brick.
So you know what I mean? So those places are cool, but it's like they don't play the stuff that you trying to hear during the daytime at least.
Okay.
And then you got some Jamaican spots in Wynwood too called Takuno. They shout out my dog DJ Banks. He DJs over there.
Shout
Um,
out Banks.
you know, but that's like if you want that
Kind of
Caribbean
like the
vibe,
scene.
exactly. So
Okay.
it just
Okay.
depends on what area you're trying to go to.
All right. So now you got so let me get your real rundown in terms of I know now exchanges on Saturdays. What's the Friday event?
So Friday now I'm at King of Diamonds. So King
Strip
of
club?
Diamonds is a strip club. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know
yeah,
about
man.
KOD. You know about King of Diamonds.
Yeah, so KOD, the new location on the west side of the city. It's in, I want to say it's in, what's the city? I can't remember the city right now, but you can go on Instagram and it's on there.
Yeah, yeah,
On the
yeah.
flyer, yeah. But yeah, King of Diamonds is a Friday. Saturdays we're at Exchange. We do Saturday and Sunday brunch at Victory.
Okay, Saturday and Sunday brunch at Victory. Okay, cool. And then
hmm
Thursdays you have something as well.
Thursdays we did have something like I was at Victory, but then I'm changing my schedule up. I haven't figured out where I'm gonna be at yet, but I've
Okay.
got an inquiry to be at another strip club called Club 24. But
Okay.
that's up in the air right now because that's like they're trying to do a new party on Thursday, so we're trying to figure out the logistics of it first, and then we'll see what's happening. I actually just got hit about that like yesterday or
Uh,
today, something like that. Yeah.
okay.
So we're figuring out the Thursdays. Like I try to keep my schedule not too busy because I like to be in the studio and like make the music. Like you know what I mean. Like I'm out DJing a lot, so I want to be somewhere where I can create as well and give time to myself to be able to like relieve stress by creating.
I see that you kind of you chose to leverage social media as anybody should to kind of push yourself out there more. Uh, I just joined this group that you created, the exclusive content.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? That's the most brilliant thing because I've seen I've seen a whole bunch of different people talk about they got exclusive content, and I'm like, with yours, I clicked. I was like, okay, this might be something entertaining.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, talk to me about that lane, or what, like in general, like how do you use social media, or like what is your relationship with social media, in
You
terms
want
of
the
like,
honest, you want the honest answer, or you want like me to sugarcoat it
nah,
a
nah, we
little
go
bit?
honest, we go honest.
Honest answer, I fucking hate social media.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like I hate it, like completely. Like don't like it at all. But one thing I've noticed is that like social media is very powerful as a useful tool to expand what you want to showcase. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? If you go back in the day when there wasn't social media, you would have to pay newspapers and pay magazines to put out your stuff.
Hmm.
Now we can put it out for free. We
Exactly.
just don't want to do it because we don't want to think and be creative about it. You know what I mean? I have to do it because I want to showcase what I want to showcase, and I want to be able to, show that I can have fun in front of 100 people, but I can also show what I could show like another 5,000 people what having fun is online. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like doing, like showing what I want, like what I want to show.
Nah,
But
facts.
basically, basically, how I got into it was it's just like, um, I just don't care. You know what I mean? You just can't care about what people write. You can't care about what people think about you, and you can't beg for supporters.
Hmm.
It's like people say, it's like you're gonna let the 20 people that know you in your face stop you because you're actually doing something to try to better yourself. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Instead of just when you got like 6 billion other people in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna let 20 people stop you. That doesn't make any sense. So I actually saw that on online. Like I get motivated by social media a lot. Watching motivational quotes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's what keeps me in a relationship with social media because it's like there's people out there that would like me that don't even know me.
Hmm.
And those are the people that I want to be like. Those are the people I want to tap in with.
Yeah.
Because like
It's your
even if
core
I don't know
audience.
you, right? It's my core audience because like you like me because you like me because it's like you don't even know me,
Yeah.
but you like me. So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's how
and
I
one
do it.
you're very creative. I think that's what it is. Like people like something fresh and creative, and people. And one thing about social media is, as much as it connects a lot of people, and you think you would see a lot of creativity, but there's a lot of repetitiveness. A lot of people kind of doing what other people are doing. So when you find somebody that's kind of do something different, and more exciting, it's easier to tap in with those people. Like I said,
Right.
I saw your group. Like I said, you made that. I don't know if you made that today, but it looked like you already got 100 people already in there.
Yeah, I was actually shocked from that, and it's like the reason why I made it because I get inspired by watching other people. There's a producer that I follow that I get inspired by. He does
Mhm.
the YouTube content and everything. Name's Jack Hayes. Follow him. He's super cool.
Shout out
I
Jack
don't know him
Hayes.
personally. I don't know him personally. Never spoke to him, but again, like I'm a fan of him. I joined his broadcast channel. He had like 1.7K uh subscribers, follower members or whatever, and I was like,
Mhm.
dang, that's cool. So I was like, all right. And there was a button at the bottom that was like, hey, you can make your own. And I was like, okay. And it was like three buttons. I pressed three buttons, made a name and then
Yeah,
pressed thing. And they were like, yo, send a message and then we'll send it out and let them know that you're doing it. I'm like, all right, cool. Hey guys, I'm going to post, exclusive
yeah,
content here. Just,
yeah.
y'all be positive up in here. You know what I'm saying? And then I didn't even know what it was, but pretty much I looked through Jack Hayes's, broadcast channel and I realized it was like, it's just a blog for you to tell people what you're doing
Yeah.
and they can't say anything back. The only thing they could do is drop emojis and like, thing, but you could interact with them with different ways. You could drop polls, you could ask questions, you could drop videos, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, this is mad cool that I can engage with people that actually because if you join it, that means you actually just want to know what I'm doing and what kind of
Facts.
content that I'm trying to put out. So now it's like, all right, cool, because I'm very low key like vulnerable when it comes to some of my stuff that I put out because it's like I don't know if it's good, because I see other people and I'm very I can't say this word
Critical.
critical. There you go. Critical about
Yeah, I
of
know what you mean.
myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the same
So
way.
but then if I got this core group that it's like, yo, I could drop this, and I'm like, yo, it's a no judge free zone. But like, I like constructive criticism. You know what I mean? So if
Hmm.
it's like, if I put something in the thing chat, and then someone DMs me like, bro, you dropped this. I like this, but da. You know what I'm saying? If I say, yo, DM me directly if you messing with this, and I'll respond back. Like I'm really cool when I'm responding to DMs because I'm not Hollywood. Like I tell people all the time, don't let me become famous because I'll be friendly to everybody.
No
Like I'll be
facts.
cool with everybody. Like if you say, oh, let me take a picture. Yo, let me take it. Like we flicking it up for like an hour, like
Hmm.
afterwards. Like I don't care because the
No,
thing is
facts.
those are the people that support you, and those are the people who are going to get you to the next level where you want to be and stuff. So,
Mm.
I mean, I never again, I don't want to be famous at all, but my goal is just to be able to create things to put like other people on. That's really what I want to do.
Mhm. So, do you have any other DJs that you like DJ with, or are you more like you know them, but you don't really like? You have like in New York, I specifically have a group of the
Hmm.
friends that are all DJs. They all DJ
Hmm.
around different. Do you have that type of thing, or are you more like solo and you just see DJs and when you see them, it's like, all right, peace, what's up, man?
Yeah, so like yeah, it's more like that.
Okay.
There's not like a coalition of DJs. I mean, there is a coalition of DJs out here, but I'm not part of it. The only reason is because I move a little different than a lot of the DJs out here. I'm very selective in the gigs that I do,
Hmm.
and also it's like I don't like to deal with people that do bad business sometimes,
Hmm.
and the like some of the people that they deal with. You know what I mean? So, you know, I want to make a DJ coalition. though. I've always wanted to. It's just I need to find the right group of people that it's not even about being a good DJ. It's about having the right mindset. Because there's a lot of DJs that it's like you're doing it's either you want to be a DJ or you're doing it for extra money and you have something else that you're doing main, or you're just being a DJ. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I have some DJs that's like they're 100% just DJs. You know what I mean? Like DJ Slick, shout out my dog, Slick. He's
Shout
part
out
of
Slick.
OVO. He's part of OVO. He be working with Drake and his crew and everybody. So I would definitely be able to. He would be definitely one of the first people that he would be like an executive part of the, coalition if we ever were to put that together. But,
He's in Miami as well.
um, yeah,
Okay.
but he'd be traveling all over the place. But yeah, so if I was ever to do something like that, that would be cool. But it's just the way like people move in Miami. It's a little weird. So it's like
Oh yeah,
I'll
I know.
let people do their own thing. So what I do is like, yo, if you're cool with me and I like the way you DJ, if I can't do a gig, then I will like put you on to the gig. So like
Hmm.
for example, my dog DJ Notorious, shout out to him. I put him on to Victory whenever I was out of town. He would come DJ brunch. And when he kept doing that, a few months went by, that kept happening, that kept happening. He ended up getting a night, and right now he's the main DJ on Fridays
Mm.
um at Victory. So
Okay.
he got a night over there. So I put my dogs on, like I put my DJs on. It's not like I don't mess with my DJs, but it's not like we a crew or
Hmm.
like we all roll together, we all do the same parties. Like we know. I do my stuff over here, you be doing your stuff. If we crisscross path, if I need you to come, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I move.
Like, do you have you DJ'd like out of Florida area?
Yeah.
What?
So
Tell me about
I've
those.
DJ'd I've DJ'd in Atlanta.
Hmm.
Atlanta there's a Victory in Atlanta.
Okay.
I DJ'd in there brunch. I actually DJ'd the New Year's Eve party in Atlanta last year. So coming into 2023, we did their New Year's Eve party over there. That was really cool because their vibe is totally different. Like Atlanta gets lit. Like it's full of black culture, and I really like the vibe in Atlanta. So that's cool. It's a different scene than Miami because Miami is very Latino and white, and you got your Spanish. It's very multicultural
Hmm.
in Miami.
Hmm.
So in Atlanta, I like the black culture in there and the vibe in there and the energy. That's cool. And
Okay.
then I recently just went to Vancouver, Canada,
Oh
to
wow.
DJ in this place called Gallery. Um, that was amazing.
It's
You know what I'm
fire.
saying? That was back in August. And it was so good that they was ready to bring me out again. And actually, what's crazy is as we're on this interview, I'm seeing notifications pop up on my phone because I'm in contact with him right now because he wants to bring me out in October.
Oh
So
shit.
I think low key that just got confirmed as we're on this interview.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
That's what's up.
yeah, so we might be in Vancouver again. Well, we will be in Vancouver again, mid October. Shout
Okay.
out anybody in Vancouver that's watching. Or
Nah,
if you're in New
facts.
York, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hop
that's what
over
I'm
the
saying.
strip.
We got to get you out to New York.
Yeah, that too. I need to go to New York. I have a lot of New York followers too heavy. I just got to tap in with the right people. It's all gonna come in time. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
of
So,
course.
uh, it's just gonna be a movie. Like, Vancouver, they party different. It's a different vibe over there, and it's a strip club too over there. So,
Okay. So okay,
yeah.
now onto the because there's promoter beef that we were going to get into. Um, talk to me about the promoter beef or just some stories that you have dealing with promoters. Like, I'm just curious to see what you kind of went through in that realm.
So one thing I had to learn mainly from promoters is it's like you have to just demand respect, bro.
Hmm.
It's not even about the money, bro. It's about the respect, man. I had to like give respect since I was back when I was 18, 19 years old. I had to start demanding respect because it just didn't make sense.
Hmm.
So, first coming up, there was a promoter at Heart that I was telling him like, yo, let me become the opening DJ. Let me be the main opening DJ. Like I was opening, here and there. Some Saturdays I would, some Saturdays I won't, some Saturdays I would, whatever. But I was like, bro, let me be here every Saturday, bro. Like, what I could do. I could bring people that and I wasn't getting paid the best, bro. If I told you I was getting paid to open, right, bro, y'all be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like it
you
was
could say the number, or
wild.
it'd be
I,
like that.
I, it was, bro, it was $75. We getting
An
paid
hour,
75. No, 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 for this whole set, just $75. Boom.
but opening is like
And
hour or
then
two, right?
it was like, yeah, it was like from 11 to like, it was like 10:30 to 12:30. So it was like two
Yeah,
hours.
2 hour set. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But okay,
So it
so
was like, that happened, whatever, on and off. And I was like, bro, give me the headline, give me the main Saturday, like give me every Saturday. They wasn't having it. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm a hustler. I'm gonna go get booked somewhere else. So I literally got booked right next door. I got booked right next door next to a club called The Hangar. The party's jumping in there. Pop,
that's a
pop,
big
pop,
spot,
pop.
right?
Yeah, huge spot. It was
I
a
think
huge
that's
spot.
where Rolling Loud did their first party, right?
Something like that, or it might have been in Woodward. It might have been there, but I'm not 100%
Yeah, I
sure.
believe that. From what I
Uh,
remember, go ahead.
but it's a big ass spot, and we was DJing a party in there. Boom, 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 jumping. I walk out, and the party ends up getting shut down. I'm like, bro, let's everybody go to Heart, and I'm about to bring the whole party into Heart. Dude comes over to me like, Dash, you was over there DJing? I was like, yeah. He was like, what? Why would you DJ our party right in competition to Art? Because their club was dead, like
Oh,
super
he was
dead.
tight. Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna suspend you for 6 weeks. I'm like, suspend me for 6 weeks? I'm like, bro, how you gonna suspend for 6 weeks when you don't even want to book me anyway? So what's the
Oh my
difference?
God.
Like, y'all over here playing. Like, I got the whole party right here that we about to walk in. Now we not about to walk in because y'all don't want to book me. Y'all don't understand what I'm gonna do. Y'all can't suspend me. So how about this? Y'all when y'all ready to give me my residency, y'all call me. And then followed out. 2 weeks went by, they hit me up and I was like, all right, we want you here every Saturday. And then they raised my rate. And I was like, yeah, I gotta double it. So then I went from 75 and they started paying me 150. That was like the standard back then, whatever
Hmm.
open DJ get 150, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So that's like the first beef I got, like get demand and respect. Other respect is like beef with promoters is like just not getting paid. Like,
At
you gotta
all, or
deal
just
with
like late?
sometimes at all, bro. Like
Wow.
if the party's dead, like they'll be like, yeah, yeah, I got you tomorrow, da da da, da, and then you gotta hunt them down. But like, what happened was, as a hungry DJ and you're coming up, you try to make a name for yourself. You just need to DJ the parties. You have to just DJ the party. People got to know who you are, and
Hmm.
they know that. So you don't have no leverage. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like that's something that I had to learn at a later, like at my age growing up, like as I got older.
hmm.
Is that leverage means something. You know what I mean? So they basically had leverage over me because they was like, "Yo, Dash is not really known like that. He's just a college DJ. We could book him. He's good, but if the party's dead and we say, oh, we're gonna cut his check, or we're gonna say we didn't make that much and you don't pay him, blah blah blah, he's gonna be straight and still DJ our other party because he needs to DJ.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then they'll still pay me like the next party, whatever. Like they might give me like $50 more, whatever, but that's not gonna cover the whole
Yeah.
check. You didn't cover
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
check that
Yeah.
I missed.
Exactly.
So I went through a lot of that, and that's when I started like coming up with principles again, demand and respect. All right, now y'all want to book me? I got a low key name. Y'all know that the party's not gonna be jumping if I'm not there because these other DJs can't hold it down like I can. So what we're gonna do now is y'all gotta start paying these deposits. I gotta
Hmm.
pay half of it up front, da da da, and
Facts.
I'm just moving it like that. So a lot of the promoter beef has to do with money. You know what I mean? Like that's basically the only beef I have with promoters. Anything else, I mean, they got beef with each other. Like
Hmm.
I don't get into each other's
Politics over there.
promoter beef.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Like
Yeah.
they started beefing with me. There was like 2 years ago, they was beefing with each other because two promoters were trying to book me on the same night for Halloween,
Okay.
and they wanted me to DJ the same set. And I'm like, yo, y'all got to figure that out. Whoever's gonna pay me more is the party I'm going to.
All right. There you go. There's your
Yeah,
leverage.
so they was like, it's like a bid. You now have the
Yeah.
leverage. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I had to be able to build up that leverage to be like, all right, bet now I could raise my prices
Hmm.
because y'all both want me at the same time. I'm only one person.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I already know which party's gonna be better anyway. So I wasn't even like waxing the dude that was thinking. I was waxing the other guy to see how much he was willing to pay me. Because if he was really gonna drop the bag, I would just been like, damn, bro, I gotta go over here. You know what I'm saying? But he
Hmm.
wasn't willing to do because he knew his party wasn't gonna make no money like that.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's where it becomes with the politics and stuff. But I feel like I have a lot of the leverage now because not only is like I feel being a great DJ is great. You know, you could be the best DJ. There's DJs that are better than me. Like I big up all DJs that have the talent and the skills. But one thing is like you can DJ in your bedroom your ass off, but if nobody sees it, bro, you don't express it to the majorities of the world, then are you really good? No one's gonna know that you're a really good DJ. Like
Hmm.
you're just a DJ. Only you know that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? For me, it's like I want people to know that I'm a good DJ. I hear it all the time. They're like, "Yo, you the way you party, the way you got the parties going." Da, 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 da. And I'm like, to me, I feel like I'm just playing music. But then it started to realize I'm like, bro, you're not just playing music. You're performing.
Facts.
Like you're giving a
Yeah, you're an
performance. You're telling a
artist.
story.
You're
Yeah,
an
it's
artist.
basically
You're
I'm
the when you once you start mixing songs in a way that haven't been mixed that way, and people start hearing one song and then you playing it a certain amount of time where they like, okay, yeah, and in their head, you're almost in their head because from what I when I'm in it, when I experience like a really good DJ set, it's like in my head, like 2 seconds before I'm like, I think this song needs to change. The song is changing already. And then I can
hmm
hear it transitioning into something else that's something even more fire. And you kind of
hmm
end up, like I said, one thing I always say for DJs is you can't have a party without a DJ. You can have a party without a venue. You can have a party without a bar. You can have a party with everything else. But if you have somebody corralling and keeping the vibe of individuals, and then like, even on the high end, you have all these things. If your DJ's not shouting out people's birthdays or interacting with the crowd, if he's not good on the mic, if people are not being involved with the event, people are not going to be entertained, people are not going to come back. That's why, the DJ is such an important role. And I it's kind of messed up like how the promoters, because they think, oh, I got overhead with this and that, and oh, I don't know if I got enough people come in, if they don't do their job, that they now the DJ or whoever else, that they have to pay on that bottom line. Sometimes they try
right.
to, that's just the wild west of the promoters version of entrepreneurship. But most, like I said, all the promoters I know, they pay their DJs, get thankfully, because they do really big events and stuff like that. But yeah, I know the upcoming guys who, maybe just try to, oh, let me use this person for a little while. Yeah, they give us a bad name. um
It's mainly in like the college club scene. Like that's
mhm,
when that really happens. Like the ones that they trying to do like the college parties and stuff like that. I mean, it's usually when the party's just not hitting. If the
mhm.
party hits, you gonna get paid.
Yeah,
Always.
exactly.
I'm never gonna say nothing like the party's hitting, you gonna get paid. But
Exactly.
sometimes they be trying to run out and they trying to finesse and scam and stuff like that. Then it become not cool or whatever.
Yeah.
Even some of the big clubs be doing that, but it's because again it's dead or whatever. They be like, oh, work with us. But I'm like, all right, bro, trying
Mhm.
to be a business, but like let's just say I got a lot of dollars up in the air. That's like could pay for a lot of stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah,
So
I feel you.
that. But
So
it's cool.
I could tell you have morals, and like you said, you carry yourself a certain way. And this industry, from my experience, can be very, I would say, there's some dark parts of the industry. There's some parts
Oh
of the
yeah, for sure.
culture that, we kind of have to almost promote or kind of allow. But on the back end, we kind of have our own opinions. I say all this to say, I noticed, I noticed you said something in your story earlier today. You were saying something about porn music.
Oh my God.
Talk to me
Yeah,
about that
man.
post, man.
Oh my
Explain
God,
that one.
bro. Okay. I'm not gonna say I was born in the best, era of music, but
Yes.
I was raised listening to 80s, 90s, 2000s music, 2000, and then I started DJing around the 2010s. So I really started like getting into music 2010s, and then as becoming a DJ, I started picking up all that old music
Hmm.
as I'm learning how to DJ, right? So
Hmm.
as I'm DJing now, and I'm listening to the frequencies that's different back then to what's playing now, man, it's like I'm trying to find music that will get the party jumping like everybody, not just the girls, not just the guys, not just the black dudes, not just the black girls, not just the Spanish girls, not just white girls. I want everybody lit. You know what I'm saying? Just
Hmm.
like that, that Soldier Boy crank that. Back in the day when you heard doom, don't everybody
Hmm.
do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you was at. You
Hmm.
know, Waka Flocka, no hands, stuff like that. So when I hear music where it's like the song specifically was No Panties On by Sexy Red and some new chick. And it's on this show called Rap Shit.
Oh
on
yeah.
HBO.
My
And
shout out to my boy Guap Dad. He helped make that song. Um,
oh,
Go
he
ahead. It's
did,
okay. Yeah,
he
Guap Dad.
did.
Yeah, he helped make that song. I saw him post about it. It was talking about vagina air or something.
If
And
Guap made the beat, then shout out to
I
him.
don't think
Whoever
he
made
made
the
the beat. He
beat.
said he helped
Oh,
on the song. He might have wrote some. I
oh,
don't know if he wrote some of the lyrics. I don't know. I
okay.
gotta go
Then
back and revisit the post. But
all I
go
gotta
ahead.
say about this, all I gotta say about the song, that's what inspired me to make the post.
Yes.
Not that because the beat's fire, the song is fire. Only thing I don't like is, bro, you can talk about not having no panties on by not saying you have no panties on. All I'm saying is just the lyrics are just too unintelligent. Like
Yeah.
it's not, you're not even trying at this
Hmm.
point. Like
Hmm.
you're like, let's make a song about not having panties on. Okay, we ain't got no panties on. Like that creative. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like
that's what it
make
is. It
us.
lacks creativity. This music nowadays, it does feel a little microwaved.
Tasteless. Yeah, tasteless. Like
Yeah,
there's no taste. Like it's like,
yeah,
bro, I'm eating bland noodles. Like put some spice and put some. Come on,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
spice my
Make I
stuff
want to
up.
feel it. I want to be like, oh, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah. I'm the same
so
way,
that's
man. We're both music
so.
lovers at heart, so yeah, it's kind of sad to see it, and then as you feel like an old head a little bit when you try to tell people. But go ahead.
But this was sucks, man. Is that I'm a business person too, and the thing is like they're doing it because they know it's gonna sell.
Mhm.
They know that this is what they want to hear. But it's like I get that, but you could either do it in a better way or a smarter way, and then like also just not be so vulgar. That's all I'm saying. Cause like the
Yeah.
fact that you have like little girls
Little,
talking about some
yeah.
ski
That's the
yee and all
yes,
that,
yes. Shoot,
that's
they got the damn New
why.
York Jets talking about ski. Yee. They got dudes
Yeah,
talking about ski. Yee. I'm kind of
it,
confused that what's happening. Music is doing something kind of different. I haven't seen. Definitely. Hey, we come from the era of, and they always try to combat it. Yes, there was a song back in the day called "Put It in Your Mouth" by Akinelli.
mm,
There was songs like shit, real vulgar songs, but they weren't super commercial.
right.
In the sense where like you don't want to see like a 5 to 10 year old girl talking about no panties like that. Those little children are hearing these lyrics, and even grown men are hearing these lyrics, and it's kind of confusing. This amount of vulgar. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
They
I
used to
mean the
bleep
culture
curse
is
words back in the day. Now everything is
now
flies.
it's
So
just out. Yeah, it's fly because like TikTok is a thing. But the thing is, it's like there's just no there's no sensory, and it's not even about like because if you go back and listen, like I'm gonna give an example. That's a dirty song that you can play on the radio all the time. Get Low by Lil Jon. If you actually listen to what he's saying
oh
in the
yeah,
chorus, he says, "Oh, ski, 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 ski." The clean
yes,
version, it just repeats,
yeah.
"Oh, ski, ski." You know what he's talking about, man?
Oh yeah,
He's
we
talking
know.
about. We already know what he's talking
We
about, but
listen. Do you know what Superman in that hoe is?
Superman, yes,
Yes,
that's
there's
what
a
I'm
lot of
saying.
yeah, but it's more hidden though. Because
But
when you
it's
hear it as
hidden
a
as
kid, you don't know
hell.
what skeet really is unless you
You're
really
right.
know what it is.
Know what it is. And then
Exactly.
also people was shooting up their guns back then, so it could have been like, oh, you just shooting that. I mean, yeah, if you're from the hood, you take that better than you know what it really means. So it's
Exactly.
like, it's just different ways you could take it in interpretations, and that's the creativity part about it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
So it lacks any of that. You can't. There's only one way to interpret that a girl got no panties on. She ain't
Yeah.
got no panties on. There's no. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah,
no hidden message.
yeah, it's definitely you leave like they say a lot less is getting left to the imagination um
Big facts.
with this music. So it is a little unintelligent. I could definitely say that.
Big
And yeah,
facts.
it does that. I've never heard somebody describe it like that, but it is kind of porn music. Like at the end of the day, like
It-
I think they're manipulating the fact that, I'll be real
it's
frank
all
and
about sex.
yeah, niggas
Like
are horny.
Every
That's what it is.
song,
So yeah,
every song is
it's
about
manipulating that.
it's crazy. And it's like what's crazy is like I DJ at brunch,
Hmm.
and sometimes the vibes be some kind of weird because I'm not playing those records at brunch at certain times of the day. But then girls is like, I want to get up and twerk. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm gonna play Back That Ass Up. I'm gonna
Hmm.
play something, some older shit and some newer, twerks. The
Yeah.
birthday bitch, they don't want to hear that. Play some Sexy Red. You know how many times I hear that? Like it's like you ever seen the meme where people hold up the sign that says play Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna start doing like play Sexy Red.
Yo, that's
Like
it right there. That's the meme
exactly,
right there.
it's right, bro. I swear it's gonna be play
That's gonna be
Sexy
the
Red.
new one.
It's
Damn.
just
Well, I'm listening.
Wild.
We
But yeah, it's just
listen.
wild,
We're
man.
people who care about our people in the culture. I can tell. Like we want us to do well. Now,
Right.
I'm asking myself like, am I a hater? No, this is. I'm not hating, but it just seems like that is all you want to hear. I understand why people are doing it. So and maybe I'm just the odd man out in the situation, or I feel like the market is creating a weird situation where it's kind of like it's not even we're not getting what's good for us. We're just gonna get what is gonna sell. So I don't know. We'll see what this turns into. Who knows what the future of music is?
All I know, man, is like they need to be better at making things that's consumable for like the mass majority, not just single women or
Yeah,
black guys. And because I didn't just say porn music, I also said
gun.
bang bang shoot 'em up
Yeah,
guns and murder music. Because like that's all they want to hear too. That's all the dudes want to hear. Oh, play that drill, play that New York drill music, play this, play that, and I'm like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah. That's
that's
just
that's murder music, man. We can't be listening to that in the club all day.
yeah. Luckily, drill music, especially at least New York drill, has lost some popularity. I think the UK guys kind of took it and stylized it, made it a little cooler. I don't really
Right.
see. I feel like drill is kind of losing its popularity. It seems like the female rap is the thing that
Yeah.
the women's movement right now. Rap is kind of taking over. They're giving a lot of women the chance to kind of go out there and be do their thing as artists. Being a part of the nightlife, you have to play those type of songs. You have to play what's popular, and you have to kind of conform to because that's what it is. You're going into their head. This is what they want to hear, but you're also trying to introduce them to other things to kind of because there's other things that'll give you that same type of vibe that is creative that people want to hear. So, as a Legends of the Nightlife tradition, I would like to ask you, who are your top 5 legends of the nightlife?
I would say Louis Knuckles definitely for sure. He's one of the legends because the way like he need like these clubs need him to bring in his crowd
Hmm.
because sometimes these clubs be struggling and he's like the LeBron James of nightclubs. Like he's like
Okay.
before he comes, there's nobody in there. First 2 nights, bam, smacked.
Okay.
Smack, you know what I'm saying? And we'll keep that party going for a year and a half, whatever.
Facts.
So he's able to bring his crowd wherever he goes. He's able to draw them and has like, yo, we going here, yo, we going here. So I'll say he's definitely a dope ass legend as a promoter. I'll say my dog, 5 Star Boss. He
Five-star
owns
boss.
Seven Kings Entertainment, part of Seven Kings Entertainment, which
Hmm.
is under Cash Money Records.
Okay.
He ended up buying Exchange, flipping it. He did basically a whole like house flip on a nightclub,
Mm,
basically. Took the nightclub, flipped it, and then sold it to a new owner.
okay.
I don't know how the deal worked out, but I thought that was cool. And
It's
he put me
fire.
on along the way because I DJed through the whole process of the club flipping. I
Mm,
was DJing in the club while it was being flipped and
that's
stuff,
super
so I thought
fire.
that was cool. So him, T Pain's a huge inspiration to me. A lot of the
He's a
DJ,
legend. He's a very big
yeah,
legend.
he's a
I have
huge
him on.
like okay, you can throw him on there, boom. Because T Pain is like somebody that was a DJ, and then he was able to become an artist and a producer and write songs, and then now he can still DJ if he wants to, but
Yeah.
he's T Pain for a reason because he stopped becoming DJ Pain and was like, you know what I mean? I
Mm.
look up to DJ Khaled a lot too, but I don't want to be as
No, he's on there.
what he is. He's on there, but I don't
He's
want to
on there.
be like down the same
Yeah, you're not trying to
route. I just see
produce with these just take the names and stuff like that. But I always looked up to like Diddy.
that's somebody I look up to too because he's an entrepreneur and he don't play the instruments, but he has it in his head
Oh
where
no,
he
for
can be
sure.
like, yeah, this is what we gonna do. This is how he's gonna sit down and do it, and blah 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 blah. And like he makes music that gets sampled all the time. Like his
Oh no,
music
of
gets
course.
sampled. So if your music is sampled, that has longevity.
We got 4 now. Who's the 5th?
Um, no, that was the fifth. So I said Khaled. Well, I guess I'll take
Khaled,
Khaled out.
Diddy.
Khaled, I was saying Khaled, Diddy, Payne, Louis,
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
and the
Payne, and then
five.
you got
Five.
okay. And what was, and
Yeah,
you're the second person who was a club owner who flipped Exchange. What was his name?
right. His name was 5 Star Boss.
5-star boss.
Yeah, on
Does he still
Instagram.
do
Yeah.
events now, or what is he doing now? Is he
So he owns a multimedia company, and he owns the record label is his part of his record label, the Seven Kings Entertainment,
okay? That's fire.
the subdivision of Cash Money. And he has artists. Bro. He got his hand in a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah,
So
no,
like,
he's up
I
there.
think
I could tell.
He got a restaurant opening up soon.
Yeah.
I'm
Those are
not
the
sure when that's
people
gonna go
I want
through.
to know, like that I know I don't know, but I know I should know. Like people like that,
Mm,
like I love to hear these. That's why that the legends question. Sometimes you find out about just people that if I were in your position, I would have that idea of those type of people. And you said Victory was black owned.
yeah, it's black owned. It's owned by 3 owners, but the main owner, yeah, is black owned.
It's black.
Mm-hmm.
Main owner. Okay.
The main
Well,
owner.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to me, man.
No, I appreciate the invite, and this was actually real cool, dog. Like, this is actually my first interview. Actually, talking about my story and like telling me about people about myself. So this was really cool and dope. Got to
Yeah,
do more of these,
for
and
sure.
keep doing what you're doing, man. Because interviewing people and you showcasing the people in different cities and stuff. You know what I mean? And people gotta want to hear about this stuff. So
Facts.
just keep doing it. And I appreciate the invite. Get me on Instagram at damn dash, TikTok at damn dash beats. I believe that's what it is.
Hmm.
YouTube at damn dash beats. And yeah, I mean, or you can just go to my website, damn-dash.com, and everything's on there. Just go to my website.
Yes,
Matter of fact,
yes, yes.
damn-dash.com.
Hey, I just want invites, man. Just invite me to the
Bro.
cool shit. I'll pull up. That's what I'm up to.
I got you, man. I got you, bro. Anytime. You're always
All right,
open to
man.
come through, man.
Legends
I
of the
appreciate
Nightlife,
the info.
man. We got DJ Dash here. Tap in. And we're
Appreciate it.
out.